the past 2 decades or so, so go check it out. But before we get to these rookie awards, who is the rookie that you are most excited to see, Nate?
I'm excited to see Jalen Waddle down in Miami. He's just a fantastic talent, explosive. Dude averaged 19 yards per catch as a wide receiver in Alabama, of all places, playing up against top-tier defenses. And the reason that's a big deal is because Tua might not have the strongest arms. He's not going to throw it 60 yards down the field every other play like a Patrick Mahomes or a young Josh Allen can do. He's going to thrive in that intermediate game. And if you're a wide receiver that loves to catch the ball and then run after you catch the rock, catching the ball 5-6 yards and then making a play after that, that is perfectly fit for Jalen Waddle in his game. And on top of that, they were teammates before at Alabama, so they have that connection. I'm excited to see what he does within this offense and the skill set that Tua has. Steve Sarkisian said to some teams I talked to about Jalen Waddle, the only other person I would put in the Reggie Bush category.
Wow.
How he moves on a football field as a college athlete. That is unbelievable. Talk about it. Unbelievable praise. I'm going to go with his teammate. Okay. I'm going to go with Najee Harris. And I think this is for several reasons. One, I talked to him at length, spent some time with him in Alabama this past offseason. He's like one of my favorite interviews already. His story is one of the greatest ones around. The type of kid this guy is already, his personality, his makeup is unbelievable for the upbringing that he had, being homeless, living in shelters, living in vans with his mother and his sisters. So I just think that's way he is pro-ready. When I talked to him about why he came back for another year at Alabama, it was, I want to know offensive concepts more. I want to know schemes more. I want to know in the passing game that if I have option routes and I give Mac Jones a little wiggle with my shoulder that I'm going this way instead of this, little tells to make myself a more complete running back. Because he had a different style pro day too, Kay. Like the way he ran it, he wanted to show teams, I learned these things over the last year. I can run really good routes for a guy that can run over somebody, run around somebody, or we saw jump over somebody.
Tomlin was impressed.
He can do everything. I think him coming out so pro-ready, Sean, is something that I really want to see because of the work he put in at Alabama.
This is his biggest fan right here at the table. He's co-signing everything.
No doubt about it.
You feel good when a player gets drafted by a team that just kind of fits his personality. Like the Steelers definitely do that. I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals and their rookie in Jamar Chase. I can't wait to see this guy catch a touchdown pass. He sat out all of last year, so we haven't seen him in almost 2 years now, but the last time he was catching said touchdown passes, it was from his new, not so new quarterback in Joey Burrow at college. So, okay, he caught 20 of them in 2019, which led college football. But watching his pro day, watching him work out, this dude is electric. I mean, you've got Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry, a couple of LSU guys up in Cleveland, Ohio. And then down here in Cincinnati, we got Jamar Chase. I don't think he will be down here on any catches or any production standpoint. He's going to be up here.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wait till week 1 to see the Joey B to Jamar Chase connection, but man,
a lot of pressure
I can't wait
on
to
him.
See his catch radius is ridiculous.
I like that you're giving him love because they took him over Sewell. They took him over a offensive
Yes, no Penne for them.
Tough decision for them.
Yes,
no Penne.
They went anti-carbs.
They did.
Yes.
At GMFB, dad jokes for your pleasure on this Tuesday. After signing with the Steelers last week, Melvin Ingram said playing opposite T.J. Watt is a chance to create the best pass rushing tandem in the league. We like this question at the breakfast table. I'd like to know where, Journo 101 style, where is the best pass rush duo in the NFL now?
Yeah, I'll give them their credit. I wanted to go a little bit of a different route, and I went with the Cleveland Browns. One, I feel like we don't truly appreciate what Myles Garrett did last year, along with Olivier Vernon, who tore his Achilles towards the end of the season. But they add in Jadeveon Clowney. Now you got 2 guys who went #1 overall with high promise. Myles Garrett, I think he's fulfilled expectations a little bit more than Jadeveon. Jadeveon, at times, would have good seasons, but the numbers didn't back it up. I'm not saying that he doesn't make an impact on every play, but Myles Garrett is absolute Destructicon, and he'll pad the stat sheet. So for me, having these guys together, and maybe Jadeveon Clowney being motivated by young Myles Garrett, this can up his game. Guys that can easily get in double-digit sacks. I see these guys 22, maybe 25 sacks this year if they're both healthy because they have a dominant defense and linebackers and DBs that can also help with the quarterback holding the ball, which every D lineman loves that, Sean, as you know.
That's a dog pound.
Yeah, ain't lying.
You love to see where defense coordinator is going to line up Clowney too, because you have options. You can put him over the center, you can put him
Move
everywhere.
him around.
I'm going to go to where I currently live right now, in a pass rush duo that we have been waiting to see rush the quarterback together, and that is 5th overall pick Bradley Chubb.
Let's go.
From 2018, number 2 overall pick from years ago, Von Miller. They envisioned both of them going after quarterbacks together. We've only seen it, guys, their rookie season. When Bradley Chubb was a rookie, he had 12 sacks, Von Miller had 14.5. Then Chubb missed the next season, then Von Miller missed the next season, and we've been waiting to see them back on the field together. When I was reporting on training camp, as we love to pump all of us going to different camps, and I talked to coaches in Denver, they were like, we're pulling Von Miller out of drills. He is that disruptive heading into last season before the injury occurred.
Oh, wow.
He was ready for, in Vic Fangio's mind, the best season of his career. If he can get back to that, and he's motivated that this might be the end for him in Denver, potentially, or if he'd like to play well and get a new contract, those two guys going after quarterbacks, specifically the ones that are in that division, Sean, should be a good time to watch.
The crowd in Denver helps that. I tell you, third downs, if you're the away team in Denver, those guys, you're running silent count all week long because they absolutely
Everyone just jumps up and down to stay warm the whole time. You can't hear yourself think.
Accurate.
No, it helps their get off, and no doubt, Von Miller's got some great dances, as we saw there.
Let's see him.
Look, I'm going to go out west. Take me to Hollywood. Give me the L.A. Rams. Give me Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd right now. Now, people might not think of them as this pass rushing duo because they're not both edge rushers, but you're seeing the destruction right now by Aaron Donald. And the fact that he has continued to do this as a defensive tackle, continued to have double-digit sacks, to take over games. He's had a couple of 4-sack game performances. It's remarkable. He's the most destructive and most unblockable defensive lineman in the game right now.
What would be your game plan against Aaron Donald, Sean? Go.
Run away from him.
Okay.
Throw the ball quick. Cut him. The first play of the game, I would cut him. Make him think about his knees a little bit. I think when you factor in Leonard Floyd having a big year last year,
so nice
coming off the edge, this is a great combination. And I know we're seeing all Aaron Donald's highlights, and there's some Floyd right there. But look at the production that these two had last year, 24 sacks combined.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive right there. I think Stafford is going to like having those guys on his team.
Make him think about his knees. Easy there, Blue Eyes.
Yeah, you got to keep their hands down, Kay. No batted balls.
I sit next to Nate every morning, and I can tell over time when he starts really falling in love with a player. Najee's one of them, a rookie. But you have this thing with Donald that's happened over the past, I'd say, like 6 months. You just, not that you always loved him, but you extra love him now.
He's just so dominant. To play from the interior, I don't think we've seen anything like it. And he's unstoppable. Like, he's one of those guys, if you put one dude on him, he will get to your quarterback. Put 2, the chances are high. Put 3, he still might get there.
Yeah, let's talk about something I know so much about, skateboarding.
Okay.
22 years ago,
Ollie? You can ollie?
Tony Hawk landed, look how cool I say when I say this. Tony Hawk landed the first 900 on a skateboard at the 5th annual X Games. I have no idea what that is. What is the most impressive athletic feat you've ever seen in your life?
I'll take you back to 2009. I'm watching a dunk contest in person. Nate Robinson versus Dwight Howard. This was when Dwight Howard put on the Superman cape and he's skying through the air, throwing the ball down the rim. And my guy, Nate Robinson, a Seattle guy, of course, pulled this one off, jumping over Dwight. It's unreal. Dwight's a 7-footer, and this was ultra competitive. 2 guys having the time of their life, and me being a Seattle guy, of course, I love young Krypton Nate. So shout out to Nate Robinson. I don't care about that.
We love you, Nate.
Him being on, boxing or whatever. Like, show him the respect.
Calvin Johnson and Randy are like, excuse me, Nate. What about you saw us every day?
Calvin Schmaul.
It looked like a skit with Kevin Hart.
Hall of Fame, Hall of Shame.
Yeah, it reminded me, actually, since the Olympics are going on, of the Vince Carter dunk in the Olympics.
Yeah, you're right about that. That was a good one.
That one was sick. I'm going to go with 2 guys as well, and I'm going to take even farther back, 1998. What is the hardest thing to do in all of sports? Hit a baseball? You're successful 3 out of 10 times. You're in the Hall of Fame.
I know where you're going.
How about the home run chase to break Roger Maris's record between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa? It was unbelievable. Do you guys remember, like, ESPN would cut in for Sammy Sosa's at-bat
the whole
in the
world
middle
was
of the
watching.
Afternoon. The whole country's watching. He'd hit 2 bombs. Then that night, Mark McGwire, they'd cut into programming for his at-bats. He'd hit 2 bombs. And it was just back and forth over and over again. The idea of watching a television and going, I'm going to see if this guy's going to hit. Not going to hit. That this guy's going to hit a home run And it happened like over and over again. It was just mind-blowing. And the mental toughness, the documentary about it is great, about the two of them, that it took when you're stepping to the plate and the whole world is like, let's see if you can hit a home run, not like get a hit.
Right.
And they do it like over and over again. I don't care if things are juiced. I don't care if the bats are corked or the balls are super wound tight. It's incredible to do that. That feat by both of them. Hadn't seen 60 home runs since 1961, Sean, and we saw 70 and 66.
That was an awesome time in sports and really for baseball. I mean, and the hype, they delivered on all the hype. They came through. Look, today is National Jersey Day, so I'm going to keep a jersey and I'm going to personalize this. This is something that I saw firsthand with my own eyes. I'm in high school, senior year, Hillsborough High School. I'm throwing the discus for the track team.
Okay.
We go down, it's the National Meet of Champs. Nate, I know you know something a little about that from your sprinting days.
Of course.
And I'm throwing against a junior named Ron Dane. Oh. He's a junior. He's a shot putter. He used to throw like 63, 64 feet, state champion shot putter. And they asked Ron, hey, can you throw the discus? And he was like, I don't know. You know, Ron's very quiet. He's like, sure.
I'll try it.
I'll try it.
Give it a
like
whirl.
without even doing the spin. He was just doing a standing throw. Boom, 150. Boom, 175. Boom, 180. So Ron Dane had not even been throwing discus for the whole season. He just kind of picked it up because they needed an extra guy for the relay. So we're at the National Meet of Champions. And Ron Dane gets up there, and he uncorks. He finally figured out this little, we call it the South African roll. It was kind of like a little half spin.
Yeah.
Boom, he busts this thing out. He hits the fence in the field. We're in this field, and he throws it to the right side. It's 200 feet. They couldn't measure the throw because he threw it so far that it hit the fence of the house behind the high school field. Never seen anything like it.
Oh my God.
And Ron was just kind of shrugged a little bit.
Is that good?
Yeah, and then of course when I came to the Giants, he was our running back, and so
You
we
reminded
kind
him
of
of that
relived some
story?
things. Yeah, I'm like, you represented Overbrook High School. I'm pretty sure it was Overbrook.
Shout out to Dane.
That's a wild
Down in
story.
South Jersey. Ron Dane was a grown man in
Man-child.
high school, throwing shot, throwing discus, something I'll never forget.
Wow.
I just looked at what this 900 thing is, guys. It's no joke.
Of course.
That is what?
Scary.
And I mean, I knew physics didn't exist really because your hair defies gravity
Very much
at
so.
any point in any weather. But this was insane. Tony Hawk, we see you.
Okay, Tony Hawk, the video game. I don't know if you ever played.
Legendary.
I
Never.
lost sleep. I would stay up all
Legendary.
night playing that game. I mean, you could grind on roof
Legendary.
ceilings, gutters. But the original video game for skateboarding was
Skate or Die.
720.
Oh.
Right? Skate or Die. It was Skate or Die, but it was the 720.
Skate or Die.
Like that was the
I like
big
Streets of
move.
Rage. So
While
they had
airborne, the
skateboards.
skateboarder makes 2.5 turns about their longitudinal axis, thereby facing down when that's just
Scary.
that's a lot.
Skate
What's the
or
most athletic
die.
feat you've ever
Bees
seen?
used to